Do you want to start? Do you want to call the meeting to order?
Oh, sure. Yeah, call the meeting to order for fiscal 22 voting.
Can you hear Linda and Dina?
So let me just start by saying I was scrambling most of the morning and all of the afternoon, trying to figure out how much we have to spend. The premise is that because of the pandemic, we've had people do some holdovers, we've had some returns, we've had some reapplication, and I think we have to make a few assumptions. I did make some phone calls and email, and I don't have all the answers. So I think collectively we could probably tackle that.
Mm-hmm. And we also did not have an accountant.
Yes.
In the office, so some of the money, some of the money was not entered into the system because the 2020 books have not been closed for
in the state.
No.
our town.
Oh, the town.
So the town books have not been closed for 2020
or
for 2021. So yeah.
Okay.
So we're from what we know, Marge and I, we know what we have for money, but from the accountant's side,
Yeah, we're supposed to jive with them.
we're supposed to, be
submit
equal.
to the state, and we don't because they don't.
Yeah, so.
The town does. So I'm really just going by my numbers, and I wanted to verify some things. So.
So on the website, I thought I saw something that said $6,100.
That is what
that's what we're given this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It listed as our allocation for this year, but that's not all the stuff that you're talking about.
So I'm looking at leftovers, returned money, and holdovers. Holdovers.
Okay.
The event didn't take place, and can we assume that they still want to? We had, so the oldest one that I'm showing is Roger Tink now.
Which I just got his application.
Oh, good.
I just got it. Literally just got it.
Can I ask someone else to take notes while I'll take a spreadsheet for numbers and stuff? You know what I mean? Yeah, I know I said I can't do them both at the same time.
Either or. I do have a spreadsheet. Do you want me to?
I can take notes. Okay, if needed. Yeah, that's fine. Roger Tink now is for $200.
Okay.
Here's his reimbursement.
Okay. All right.
So I have to
answer that question then.
So I have to get it up to the accountants.
So that's literally just what we're asking about.
That's from 2020 that it hasn't, I didn't know if it took place, and he applied again this year. So I'm thinking if it hasn't taken place, is he reapplying and is changing his program? But the answer is no.
So here's his letter that he attached, and he said, "Dear Cultural Council members, I am writing to request payment for my fiscal year 2020 LCC grant for my program, Old Time Sing-Along Concert, which was initially scheduled to take place at the Southampton Senior Center on June 19th, 2020. However, due to COVID, the program was canceled and rescheduled to be presented as a virtual, pre-recorded program. I coordinated with the COA director, Joe Linehan, to have the program file sent to her on 11/11/21. She plans to show the Old Time Sing-Along concert multiple times over the next few months. Please contact Joan at COA director if you'd like to obtain a copy." So she hasn't shown it yet.
Okay.
But she's planning on showing it.
Okay. So we have to hold that money open for him.
Right. So we have to
and verify.
Right.
That's something Lucy and I deal with Joan.
Right.
But it sounds like it's in our hands now.
Right. So
like he's turned it over.
Yeah. This
so
is
he's
fulfilled.
Yeah. Yep.
But
right.
We have to verify.
Right.
Or is going.
Right.
Right. So if it's up to her to make it take place,
it still has to take place before we can reimburse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So how much is the carryover from last year? So it would be less the 200 from him is what we have available this year, right? Or as a carryover.
Hold on.
This is what she's been struggling with all day.
Yeah, now it's blank.
Oh, no.
And I have not been good help.
I was just looking at it. So our, Judy, can you put in some numbers for me, just in the side column? I'll, if I give you the numbers. Okay, so. $6,045.61 plus 338.07.
Just the two of those?
Equals, yes.
63.83.68.
Okay, so that's our cash on hand.
63 what?
83.68. Right, Judy?
Yes. I don't know why I'm having a problem explaining. So that's fine.
Okay, that's our cash on hand. From that, I know 1,600 is being returned, and that person or that program is the Blues Brothers briefcase contest. Didn't take place, so we can add that.
Okay.
So
And
So 79.83.
yep.
278 from the musical. They did not use all of the money.
Plus 278.
$8,261.68.
I have to presume these are programs that have not submitted for reimbursement yet. Arts mentoring program for $350 last year. They also applied this year. So I'm wondering if they assume last year is off and they're reapplying. I have a call into them. I have not heard back. So I want to leave that open.
Okay.
We kind of have to leave it open and treat them separately.
Okay.
Last year we granted chainsaws, cheeseburgers, and rock and roll $500. That has not been requested reimbursement yet either.
Nope.
There's also 717 for Tales and Tales from Summer Reading. I don't know if it took place.
What was it?
Just hasn't been requested for reimbursement.
What was it?
Tales and Tales spelled differently. Summer Reading Program.
No, I don't think so.
And then another 600 for climate hikes.
Climate hikes, they just emailed me and Brittany said that she sent the emails to the Cultural Council email address, cultural.council@townofsouthampton.org, which I'm going to talk to Ed about because I didn't even know there was an email address there. Did you know about that?
I get emails.
At culturalcouncil.
I don't know where it comes to. It's redirected to Margin.
She said she's been sending emails to that about the climate hikes and she hasn't got, and it keeps getting bounced back. So she might be sending it to the wrong address, but she's going to send reimbursements for the climate hikes through snail mail. So I told her to just put it in the black box so we can just get it. Don't bother putting a stamp on it.
So that's also money that needs to be held up.
So how much is that for?
That total is $2,167.
Oh, wow.
Who was that? Sorry.
Well, it's 600 for climate,
Okay.
717 for summer reading,
Okay.
500 cheeseburgers and change.
Oh, okay.
350 for arts mentoring.
So
Okay.
that's the stuff we have to keep open and plan for people at this point.
Yes, and we also from the year before, because I had
So that's 2021, those?
Those were 21, yes.
Okay, so
And
2020.
One item left from 2020, and this is, I feel we should leave it open because we told him in a letter format, I asked him if he wanted to and he requested. This is Frank Reynolds. It was a field trip for $427 from 2021. 20.
Okay,
Okay.
so you're looking at,
We didn't hear anything from him about that?
Not recently, no.
Huh.
And I haven't.
So it's 2594.
yeah, between both years.
From the 8261. Yes,
Well, the 2594 is what we're holding over.
right.
So yeah,
So,
whatever your
Correct.
cash on hand.
right, so that, yeah.
So,
Oh my gosh.
6, 17, 68.
56, 67, 68. Is that what you said?
No, difference is $50, but that's okay.
I have the total net submitted of 2594,
60.
and then I have 8,261.68
Yeah.
on what we had.
Mhm.
And so I'm coming out with 56, 67.
So that's what we have in addition to our 6100.
That's our carryover from prior years, right, Margie?
Yes, no, that's the current
Cash on hand.
Cash.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
that's carryover, and then we add to that the 6,100.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So.
That's okay.
67.
So, oops, hold on one second.
11, 6, 7, 67, 68.
I can come over there, Margie. Just, carryover being 55, 667, 68.
Just 55?
And so it's fine.
Actually, at 57.
For what?
So,
The carryover was 56.
56, 67,
Yeah.
68.
yeah. Oh, well,
And then if you add the 6100.
Right, it's 11, 7, 67. Yeah.
645.
Which is good because our total requests are 13,950.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
No, I'm still. I'm done by now, right?
One of them, so.
338. You're right.
Okay,
Okay.
so that gets us to the 826168. And then we back off by 664. Yep, so.
Okay.
So 5, 6, 6, 7, 6, 8, we're holding
Over. So that's available.
available, right? And then 6,100 is this year's budget, so the total budget's 11,700.
yeah.
Okay.
I know, right?
Yeah.
A lot of money.
No.
No,
I always thought we had like 5,000, 6,000.
I know. I know.
But
And the state is saying that there might even be more for 2023.
seriously?
But, not 2023. In the coming year,
Yeah.
because,
Fiscal 2023, because we're doing 2022.
right, that's why I meant 2023. Because of just money being out there, possibly, grant money.
Hey,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah,
I think it's great.
I know. Oh, my goodness.
Well, it makes the decisions a lot easier when you can fund more, especially if you're getting this amount of requests.
Oh, there's the spring musical, Dina. Do you know? Oh, I can't hear her. Are you muted? Unmute yourself. You're muted.
Hi, it was the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's April. I think it's the first week in April. They're doing it 4 nights.
What
or
is
4
it?
days.
What?
Oh, Jane Eyre.
What is it?
Jane Eyre.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it's gonna be magical.
Oh,
Micah has a giant plan for it. She's gonna make it amazing.
awesome.
Mhm.
Cool.
There's a lot of romance.
Nice.
Very uncomfortable.
Is she trying to get in touch with you? Tina?
I didn't know she was on the phone.
Should mute myself.
That was John Barron. He's from the Arts Mentoring Program. Basically, his voicemail is saying that they did run a virtual program. I don't think he didn't address the reimbursement part of it, but it sounds like they ran the program. So we'll just have to leave that money open. Which
Yeah. Okay.
So.
I'm sure that there's a piece of paper instead of a napkin.
No, I have notes on this.
I was gonna say, I can get you. I can get
No,
you.
this is it. I know, but visually, I know I wrote it down on a brown paper, and
okay,
so it'll be all clear.
Okay.
This evening.
Okay, whatever makes that.
Yeah. I'm a visual, so it's brown with blue pen and red on the side. It's going to mean something eventually.
Fair enough.
And I'm super skeptical about the 11,000, but that's the number that we have to use. Should something change and I find out the town accountant did something disastrous,
It's on them.
address that. Oh,
It's on them. Yeah.
well, no.
Yes. We'll figure it out.
It
We'll figure
wasn't
it
on
out.
them the last time. Remember, we had to,
Well, no,
So
it's
what's
not.
the town's obligation on that? I mean, if they're
Well,
not,
they'll have to find the money somehow to transfer over.
Okay.
I mean, that's what they put
because
it
they have an obligation to complete this accounting,
for,
right?
yeah,
And we're 2 years behind on it.
yeah.
Is there ramification for the money that we get from the state for that sort of a lapse?
Lapse.
I'm just trying to be
Nicely.
polite.
Nicely.
I work, that's a skill I work on,
Uh-huh.
being,
you see,
yeah, sorry. Well, I mean, just because the state has an obligations that we have to fulfill.
They're trying to find somebody to do the audit for the 2020. They're having, they have somebody that's gonna close the books. Well, they're gonna try to hire someone to close the books for 2020. And actually Melanson is closing the books for 2020. And they want, I think, and then they want to hire someone to close the books for 2021. So it's a mess.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can't tell me. I have accounts that I can't even.
I would just be
So,
concerned that there
I am
would be a
concerned.
ramification from the state about, us not living up to our responsibility on this.
That's on the
Us
select
as a
board.
town.
Mhm.
All right, well,
They've
enough
been
about
told.
that.
They are aware. They've been told.
Enough about that. So we're gonna use the 11,767.
because the 6,045 that I started with doesn't have investing that have been paid out from this one. That's my fault. It's a bad starting number.
Oh,
Judy,
Yep.
if I change that number, do you have everything
Yeah.
below it?
Why not?
Okay, so we have to subtract 4,933.
Okay.
because that's already been paid out. It's just not recorded properly. That's part of the
4,933.
season. Yeah.
Oops.
I just don't know what that is. But it's still.
Okay, so that brings us down to
634. No, that's not.
it's down quite a bit. Going from, we're going from
3468.
Oh, that's, no, we're starting with 6,000 and you're dropping it by almost 5,000. Right?
Yeah. No, we started with 11. Oh, remind me, it's gonna roll up to be the same. Where did you have a starting point? 6:45. Yeah, you can keep that in
Okay.
there.
So
And
63, 84, 68. Yep. Oopsie.
So that's gonna go down to the 30.
Prior carryover is $735. That's not much.
The current year. Well, there's a current year carryover of. That's the 16 and the 228.
278.
270. Sorry.
It's in blue.
I trusted that.
That's why I'm sitting on the other side of this. I learned that quickly.
So I got the 1,600 and, okay.
The hospital.
And 278 is a little below.
Yeah, listed here, but there's also that 338. Is that there?
That's the two accounts. So there's two accounts.
There is,
together.
yeah.
Yep. So we start with the 6, we take out the 5.
16 and the 278. And then we have the holdovers or carryovers, 2167 and 427.
Mm-hmm. So it's 2,612, 2,594.
So we take that to this, we would be adding the 61 that we're being given by the state and subtracting that. 6834.
Yeah, so you got
Yeah, I have 68, 34, 68.
that. Plus this.
No, mine doesn't make sense.
Why? Well, you had 8261 and then you're minusing 5,000 from it, right? Ish.
Repeat that, please.
So taking the 6,100 for this year out, we ended up with 82, 61, 68 cash on hand, right?
Yep.
And then you
The 4933.
you minus the 2594 from that. That brought us to the 5667, which was the carryover.
Yeah.
You added the 6,100. That's how we got up to the 11. But now you're saying that there's 4,900 in things that are not paid but are already out. So you have to minus that from the 11,000. That gives you the 6,834.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just like
Having
grabbing
it 4,900.
I know that 1,600 is being returned.
Yeah, but that's
Right,
already
that's
added back
included,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, that brought us
Already
up to
back
this
in.
80.
261.
So 8261 was our cash on hand. You're
Right.
minusing 5,000 from that. That
Right.
brings it down to 3,000. Add that to the 61. That, you know what I mean?
Okay.
There's not much. Your carryover got wiped out.
Right, so you got wiped out to be 730.
Yeah, so add that to your 6,100. That's all we
Right.
have.
Yeah.
So that amount that's been not reimbursed yet, but we know of, basically wipes out your whole carryover.
Yeah.
This is Roger, I think.
Chinko?
Yeah. I can help you. This is she. Yeah, actually, when I wrapped at the meeting, she let me know that there is a reimbursement waiting for approval. And that kind of answered my question. So I didn't know if that plan, if that program took place or if you were replacing it with this year's request. So 2 years ago, right?
So he's not applying for another.
He is. It's a different thing.
Yeah. Is he too?
Can be taken care of grants student co-ops.
Yeah, I just need, I need her to send me to say that it took place, you know, just what you just said.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's like 14,000 requested this year, right? 13,950.
13,950.
Yeah, we have 68. Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot more optimistic when we had 11,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, not so much.
No.
I'm confused by a couple of these too,
Yeah.
because it's like both issues. One of them says that they're part of the summer concert series.
Oh,
The
really?
summer concert series.
Yeah, I saw that one too. The Blues Brothers said they're part of the summer concert series.
Are we funding the concert series, or are we funding the individual artists now on top of the concert series?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's just that implication that I'm seeing in a couple of things that I don't understand. Before it's the best way to manage that. Just,
Yeah.
okay. But that one hit me because it was so expensive too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the same cost of the whole concert series for one per art.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 1,600 to
1,200 for
12.
the summer concerts and then he's saying 1,600.
So I'm not sure if he's really
Well,
part of that same concert
no.
series. He's naming that.
That's probably one of the series.
Oh, so maybe it's his summer concert.
No, I wonder if he's like one of the, no, in the summer concert series, but he also has other concert series. And maybe you don't have it,
Oh, maybe.
you know?
I don't know. It didn't read that
I
way,
have
so I
the-
wasn't sure.
Yeah. So I'm a good person to ask because I couldn't access the site. So my team printed off some sheets.
Oh, goodness.
So I only have like a couple.
It was, let me find it again. I remember. I did this thing where I printed on both sides, so now I can't find it.
So, yeah. The keys. You probably did the-
There it is. Yes.
So it's towards the end. It's number 13.
What is the cycle of memory too? I don't know.
I had a question on that one too. It sounds great, except it's like they're making a whole movie.
Oh.
And it's part of a,
Finishing.
like we'd be paying for the whole making of the movie. I'm not really sure how it relates back. Thank you.
Have a good afternoon.
Oh, I guess we'll discuss.
6,800.
Are we ready to go through a quick go through or?
Yeah.
This-
Yeah.
Awesome.
Our first pass,
Yeah, right?
our first yay nay.
Mhm.
All right.
So I heard someone talking about the cycle, the Alzheimer's one, and I had that on my second list. I don't know how everybody else feels.
I didn't even get to read through it.
They didn't make my first cut.
We didn't make my first cut either.
I mean, I think by now everybody pretty much knows how I do this. It's stuff that's in town based with townspeople looking at ages and how many ages we can cover.
Mhm.
And I think there's so much value in documentaries, but
Mhm.
I was looking for more.
I was looking for more Southampton related something.
Mhm.
It's a good topic. I don't doubt that it would have value, but if we have limited resource, paying that much to make a movie that's not directly related,
Yeah.
I think made it hard for me
Right.
to go with $1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Fully funds the senior center hip hop dance. So things that, you know, that's in town.
Yes, that made my first list.
Yeah.
Do we want to go down and just do what makes the first
Yeah.
list? Like if we just go
Okay.
down in order?
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so it sounds like the cycling one was, let's keep moving on.
Well,
And
do you want
then,
to start at the beginning, March, with the,
If we could, because then I
have you have them in order? Yeah.
Yeah,
So like,
so celebrate Southampton.
Celebrate Southampton first. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
that made my first list.
That made my first.
yes,
Top on your list? Okay.
Okay.
yes.
So yeah, we'll go in that order.
Yep.
Wild and Precious Arts City Space.
I think it's great, except it was all in Easthampton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that did not make mine.
Yeah. It sounded fantastic, but
Yeah.
they just, the whole thing is that the Easthampton congregation.
Yeah, right.
City
Yep.
space.
Yep. Southampton Summer Concerts.
That made mine.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay. Wingmasters.
That made mine.
Mine. Yep. That's the summer reading program at the library.
Yep,
Okay.
yes,
Spring Musical at Hampshire.
yeah.
yes.
Life in a Changing Climate, Hampshire.
Yes.
Quick note on that. It was funded, they did apply last year, but it was funded in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't show that we've actually paid it yet. And I mean, that this
I
is
thought-
nature in your neighborhood, and the other one had a little bit different.
Probably did. Probably did.
Let me check. That could have been one of the.
I thought the only 2020 was the field trip. Or is this one of the ones that's in the 4,900?
No, wait. I think you're right. I think it was paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just sounds familiar.
I think they do a few of these that are like the same topical.
It just sounds like, because I remember.
Well, I mean, before, like, they'd have, for Hampshire, there'd always be something, like the drumming or.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right.
jazz
Yeah,
visit.
yeah, yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
So I think that this is kind of along that lines, and it made my first cut, but
Made mine.
Mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hilltown Family. That didn't make my first cut, just
Yeah.
because of, I was thinking kind of wanted to do the direct impact with Southampton folks.
This didn't make my cut this year,
Right.
the year before.
It never makes mine.
Never
We
makes-
funded it last year though.
Yeah,
Maybe.
No, I remember.
Did we?
we did,
Yeah.
but I think we had sort of.
Yeah.
because I think last year we're like, we had some extra money.
Yes,
This is
right,
a
right,
website,
yeah.
and like, it can kind of.
And I think they ask us every year.
Mhm.
So I think last year was the first year we funded.
No,
At least in my
we
group.
did it, I think in 2020.
Did we?
No,
That was last.
so
Oh, yeah.
we
No,
funded
right.
them last year. We didn't fund them the year before, and then we did fund them the year before that.
Okay.
So it's like every other year. So we're on and off.
So, yeah.
So is it fair to say that that is not on anyone's top list? Okay. Cycle of Memory.
Not mine.
No,
The
Anyone?
reasons talked about.
Okay. Hip Hop Dance. I think that,
Oh, wait, you skipped the. free
I'm
concert
sorry,
by Jeff.
free concert by Jeff is Bad News Jazz Orchestra.
He has applied the last 2 years and has not been funded.
I didn't have him on my list
I
for
didn't
my
know.
first cut. And I don't remember why.
Maybe the same reason we didn't fund him last year. It could be.
It could be.
I don't know if I can go.
Let me see.
How do you guys feel about
Jeff,
Jeff? Did either of you had him on a top?
no, because of the summer concert series, we already
Yeah.
had the music.
Yep.
All right, so maybe that. was
Okay.
it. All right.
I think this, I had Hip Hop Dance Chair for seniors.
Yes.
Can't wait to take that when I'm a senior.
I am,
That's cute.
Okay with
My
it?
mother does stuff like that. so
I'm good with this. My only thing is,
it's $500 for.
well, because the senior center gets
Oh, right.
grants. And, you know, they can apply for grants for this, which is fine. If they can't, then,
On the same note,
Yeah.
I neglected to say, when I was talking with Roger.
Yeah.
He said that he's already gotten his reimbursement from COA.
see, so,
So he got some from us and some from them.
so the,
So I think what they might do is maybe she funds it if we don't.
yeah. So
They
there,
do have a budget.
they do have a budget, they do get grants, they can fund stuff. They have a Friends of the COA
Yeah.
who does fundraising for them.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying no for
What if
this
we-
at all.
Yeah, what if we keep it in our first cut and see where we
Right.
end out with the rest of it?
Okay,
And then
Yeah.
see, if there's money, then maybe some.
Right,
If not, then
Yeah.
maybe not. But
right.
I think it's an hour program. And if it's virtual, it's pre-recorded. This is this is musicdance.edu.
Yeah,
And
right.
so if that helps you keep a cost perspective. For
Yeah.
our program, $500, that's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
yeah,
so,
I mean, based on the fact that they might split the funding with COA.
right,
Right.
right.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
okay, so I think, let me know if I'm wrong, but we're all in agreement to move forward on that one until
Yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like, it's like
Yeah,
a,
yeah,
They're in
yeah.
a pocket
Yeah.
right now.
they're in a pocket, maybe
Right.
a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's
seminars, concerts.
No, it was out of town.
No,
It's up in Worthington, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's happened before.
We did fund them last year.
I think it's
Yeah.
only because we have money though, right?
Yeah.
I just think with the tight budget, I would focus more
Mhm.
closely.
There's
There's also, I don't know if you looked at their budget, but their whole thing was like 47,000, 46,000 is covered, and then where the extra, it was weird.
yeah,
and they
It was
also
a
charge,
strange budget.
and they charge an admission fee,
Yeah.
so,
And they do go to other.
so, yeah.
All right, sorry.
okay, so that's an overwhelming no. Annual Southampton engagements. That's, yep, that's the
Mhm.
chorus. I had it as a yes, but
I abstained from court
I don't know how much,
for reasons.
Yeah.
No.
I had a yes, but maybe not all of it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll go back through the numbers.
How much should that?
How did you guys feel about it?
That was 525, correct?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it was for sheet music and for salary.
Correct.
So that was, for me, it's let's see how much we have.
Yes. Yeah. Okay,
How about you, Dina?
You're muted, Dee.
Unmute.
She's saying yes.
Oh, okay.
She's having computer problems right now with her icons down below. We're working through it.
All right. Then,
Comments.
shall we move forward?
Yep. The next is the
Blues
Blues
Brothers.
briefcase.
Blues Brothers. We funded him last year, but he returned the money. Basically, he's reapplying this year.
But he's also part of the summer concert series. He says it right on his
Yeah, that's
application.
what confused me. So
So-
we fund the summer concert series, but then we have somebody.
So why are we gonna, is he gonna be part of the summer concert series and we're paying for the summer concert series? And then he's gonna be doing,
If so, the summer concert series, they said that none of their acts are more than $600. It ranges from $200 to $600.
okay, so he's asking for 1,600.
Right.
So, yeah,
That's what he says.
Yeah, he
That's what
says.
threw me off.
Yeah, so I had said no on that. It was
yeah,
weird.
I don't, that's a little bit, yeah.
2022 Southampton Summer Concert Series.
And he says,
Will take place.
yeah, and he says it's a 2-hour Blues Brothers tribute performing at the summer concert series in Southampton. It's a 10-piece band.
Yeah.
So
Should we ask them?
I think we should, can you get her on the phone? Like,
Probably.
I would, yeah.
Okay. Let's go, we do another pass. and
Yeah.
Finish this first pass and then
Yep.
I'll try to reach her.
Yeah.
Roger Tignall's Island Vacation.
This is
new.
different, right?
Okay.
The
Thank you, Ben.
200 2 years ago, and it rolled over into last year. And it's music, it's senior center. He also got reimbursed partly by the council on aging.
So is he gonna actually go, or is this another virtual?
Well, he wanted to do it in person.
Yeah.
The other thing he told me on the phone is he actually came in person for it, and they provided his own.
Oh, that's sad.
Not surprised. Did I just say that?
I do think it's cute that he was like Don Ho, Elvis. winds down through the, I'll come.
Yeah.
So is this gonna be, do you guys feel like this is like the hip hop dance and that like we're not opposed to it, maybe get some of it, like
I just
because of the
want,
fact that
if
they also
we're,
get senior center.
right, I mean, if we're gonna fund stuff for seniors, I just don't want stuff to be written for reimbursement by the senior center director. You know what I mean? Because I feel like and it's fine, but she shouldn't be signing off on reimbursement forms. And I've told her that before, that the person that is performing needs to send in the reimbursement form, not her. So,
She do this?
no, but she has tried.
So do you
So
want
what
to?
So she has
So
tried
Roger
to,
Tinknell does the program.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to send in the reimbursement.
yeah.
So what is she sending?
But she'll send in a letter saying, I don't, Linehan, sign off that he has performed, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, he has to sign actual reimbursement form. He has to sign it. It's,
Okay. I like both, actually. I'd like her to prove that, yes, we did.
well, yeah, but it can't be just her letter,
Right.
so, and I mean, I've been attending more senior center meetings just to see what their funds are at. So,
You know what their budget is, just out of curiosity?
no, but you can go online and see, they have a good budget. And they have a Friends.
Is there anything else we would?
So it would be between the island one and the hip hop one, right?
Yeah.
Those are both. So can we just say we would look at one of them?
So I would suggest that we move them both to the second round and then we
Yeah,
see where
I mean,
we're at.
Where we're at with that?
I'm not completely against either one of them. I would do both of them if
But
not
we want to
for,
make sure there's an equal mix.
yeah,
Right.
not for
Right.
full amounts. Yeah, equal mix would be, yeah. 'Cause it's two different things.
Right.
So,
Okay, so I put them as like I just put in number 2. So
yeah,
I've been doing ones and
Finish the
twos.
initial.
yeah.
All right, next we have the virtual membership program and webinar series with Valley Arts Mentors for $600.
I didn't have that on mine.
We funded $350 last year.
Yeah.
But that's the one that's still, we're still,
No, that's the one I talked to.
Oh,
He
just
said
called,
that they
right.
did.
okay, yeah,
So we just don't have the
Right.
reimbursement.
right. Okay,
But last
they're-
year we funded them for $350.
right, they're asking for,
They only asked for $350 last year.
okay. They're asking for 600 this year.
Yeah, I didn't move them forward mainly because we're identifying it through OYO and Big Brothers Big Sisters of Franklin County.
Mhm.
So I didn't see the direct correlation. Maybe there is, and I just don't know it.
Yeah, I looked as
They
well
weren't
with
in my
that.
they weren't in my first group. Or really my second group, but.
I had a big X.
Okay, big X.
I have check marks, question marks, and X's. They were an X.
Okay.
But
Did you guys have them as a first pass?
No.
Okay, cool. All right. Then lastly, we have the duo pianists, composers, and educators, Whipple and Morales. It's presented by Kirk Whipple for $825.
Also,
I had that as a no.
Yep.
yes,
And I am not offended if somebody else says yes. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't
And
make
it would be,
Yeah, that's fine.
I think this is the one where he made note of the increased budget that the state is giving us. And that's why he asked for more from last year.
Really?
Last year, we only asked for $750.
I think we should ask for what we think we need and not that the state has more money and therefore we can ask for
That's
more
very
money.
PC, Karen.
I'm just saying, just my personal opinion. Okay, you ask for what you need.
Yeah,
I had a no on them. And,
I had to know on that as well.
all right. Did anybody have a yes on them?
Nope.
Okay, all right, so that whittles it down a little bit.
Okay, So would you like me to give you the total if we funded just our yeses?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right?
Because
You're awesome.
in that way,
We are over budget.
yeah, we can kind of be like, all right, well, if we were to fund all our yeses 100%, this is, we could or we couldn't, right? All right, hang on 2 seconds.
I'm gonna go with you, but
Yeah, well, I don't know.
you never know. Okay.
How does it
So I'm
do?
working on the PC thing. Is it working?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Great. Just checking. I don't know. I have like,
Oh, because sometimes when I get mad, it's like this, so.
Okay, so,
with board season. It's mostly.
well,
Yeah.
if we fund all of our yeses, I'm coming up with a total of $5,050.
Really?
Yep, and by all of our yeses, let me just clarify. Celebrate Southampton for $950.
Yep.
Southampton summer concerts for $1,200. Summer reading with Wingmasters for $450. Spring musical for $2,000. Life in a changing climate at Hampshire for $450. I didn't have any. Maybe I'm wrong. Those were all our yeses, correct?
Well, then we had the hip hop was still on the list.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
So let me do
There's
hip hop.
Southampton engagements and the island vacation.
Sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
And island vacation of five.
Can I ask, did we definitely define the mentorship?
Yeah, everybody had to know.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so good news. Even with those, that comes to $6,575, and our budget is $6,834.
Can you just say this again?
Even with
Yep.
those, could you go down?
Yep.
Celebrate Southampton.
Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Celebrate Southampton, $950. Southampton summer concerts, $1,200. Wingmasters summer reading, $450. Spring musical, $2,000. Life in a changing climate, Hampshire regional, $450. Hip hop for the seniors, $500. Annual Southampton engagements, $525. Island vacation, $500. That gives us a total of $6,575.
Wow.
Out of 68, 34, 68.
Correct. So we have a surplus of $259.68. And that's if we're doing these fully funded
Mhm.
senior centers that, some people were, and the Southampton engagements with the community chorus. I think those were the three that people were kind of conflicted about. Should we do all or should we do some?
Right.
Judy,
I'm sorry.
does that include the Southampton Community Course of 525?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay,
From what I heard from people, and correct me if I'm wrong,
awesome.
I think that we were kind of on the fence with, do we give 100%? Those three are included. That was the hip hop because of the senior funding, island vacation because of senior funding, and the community course.
Well, I
Oh,
think,
that's awesome.
why not? Because if we're thinking no for the other ones, then why not fund
Right.
the senior?
Can we-
I mean,
To the mentor.
My only question is, sometimes we talk about, well, it's a two-part question. Sometimes we talk about holding back a certain amount.
yeah, true,
Period.
true,
To have in our
true.
coffer.
yeah.
And is that of concern this year, especially with the fact that this hasn't been rectified with the accountant?
Yeah, we should probably hold back a little
So
bit.
should there
just,
be a certain amount we allocate out of this 6834 to hold back, or should we not worry about it?
5%?
So let me see what that is.
Because
What if we were to do one senior program and then do the mentorship? How much was instead of doing both senior programs?
have amount for administrative fees and stuff. Sure.
So two things that came. One is I was hearing a 5% holdback. A 5% holdback would be $341.73. So right now we're at a point where we have a surplus of $260. So we aren't far from if we wanted to do a 5% holdback.
What was the amount for the 5% holdback? I'm sorry.
$341.73.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then what were you guys saying? There was something that I missed because,
I don't know. I didn't know if anybody had on their first the mentorship. I didn't know if maybe because since there was 2 senior activities, we could put one, erase one, and then put one towards the mentorship program. But I was just thinking about that for Valley Arts.
To Dina, I'm thinking not fully fund the senior center, a little on principal and a little on the amount that they're asking for a 1 hour presentation.
True. That's true. It's true.
If they're lucky enough to get her to fund the other half or the other whatever,
Right.
but
Well,
I'm like in my head, I had written too. I had half, yes, half, yes, half.
Yeah.
But maybe we could do the mentor program.
well, and he only asked for 200 in his reimbursement. So,
of the 5
2 years.
but I
That's all
mean,
we gave.
oh, okay. All right.
I can tell
Okay.
you how much he asked for. But
is anyone opposed to doing half for the seniors as opposed to the whole?
we only gave it.
No.
Half for each program
I
or
was gonna
just
say-
put one program?
I would do half.
I would do half for
For
both,
each program.
like 250 for each, 250 for hip hop, 250 for the island vacation, and then we could put 250 from,
For something else.
yeah.
Okay,
So the island vacation becomes.
What do you guys think?
so
I think that sounds fantastic too.
but I'm sorry, can you talk to me, what's the mentorship name? Like, what is their,
Is that the virtual mentorship program?
Yes.
The Valley Art Mentors? Is that what you're talking about?
And we did that one before, right? We did. We did. So
350 last year.
Yeah.
okay,
whatever we have left over, we can give it to them.
let me just see if, so,
We have 500 just freed up
oh.
Right.
for the senior center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with our 50% reductions, with the senior centers, let me see here. Yeah, we could do, I mean, if we gave them, if we gave Valley Art Mentors half as well, we would have $459.68, which is, it's about $110 more than what our holdback is. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I
Right.
think
A
that's
little bit
great.
more.
Can you use that? A thumb drive?
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a Google Sheet. Do you want me to share it, or I can save it?
Yeah, I don't care. Just save it on the thumb drive and then we'll share it with,
Well,
you're gonna share it with Marge anyways, right?
Little bit of a problem. So I can share it with people that have Gmail, and someone could save it as an Excel sheet and share it, or I can save it as a PDF and get it to you because I
No,
don't
we're
have
gonna
it
share it
on
with
this.
Marge anyways, or,
Yeah.
oh, okay, then
but
don't
I
worry about
have
it.
Excel on this.
Okay, then don't worry about it. Then don't worry about it. That's fine. Yeah. Marge, you can share it with me.
Judy, I think those numbers sound fantastic.
Okay. And
Just for the minutes.
I'll share it with you guys. Lucy, Town clerk,
Yeah.
March.
Are we, the
Machine.
one question that's outstanding then was the blues thing. I don't have anything written down for that.
No, we
Because
didn't.
you were gonna talk to the Jamaica.
Yeah, do you
Oh,
want
let me
to
go.
Yeah,
That's still an outlier.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could,
What do we have for a balance? Sorry, after.
that's okay. So
300. We were talking half of what they asked.
Okay.
So we have,
I just don't know if that blues thing is really part of the summer concert
Yeah.
series or if it's like something completely different.
Yeah.
Linda, can you check last year's schedule for the Blues? My phone died for the summer concert series. See if he was there.
Yeah, let me take a look.
I think he comes every year, right?
Right, but it was part of I thought it was
Right.
part of the series last year.
Yeah, exactly. He's like on the list, I think.
Right.
He's asking for 1,600 on top of what we're funding for the concert
Right.
series.
So is he getting paid by
And
Deb?
yeah, and she's saying that they only charge like between 600 and 800. So that would put him is getting paid by her plus.
Yeah, that's a bit of double dipping going on there.
I don't like that so much. I don't. I don't have her email.
So here's a question I have.
Blues Brothers.
If we are to fund Blues Brothers, is everyone in agreement that it would come out of the Valley Arts amount? Like, I don't know.
He wants 1,600 though, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do that. We could do, right now, we have an excess, aside from our holdback, of $117. So
I think we should keep a mentorship because it's a whole different, it's not musical.
Trying to find our invoices from 2019 to see.
Yes.
The cultural. I mean, to see if he was part of the.
Yeah, that's what I think Linda's doing as well. My phone died. I can't.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it and I'm struggling.
So we have like that $118 that we could throw to him. Or we could make it 200 and take 100 off of the Valley Mentors. If people decide to give him any money at all.
Right.
Okay.
So we funded him last year, but he turned it back. And it's probably because Deb
He's
paid
getting
him.
paid for.
Yeah, so why
Okay.
is he asking for money again? Is he not going to be part of the summer concert series?
Or
Question.
maybe he's just concerned that the summer concert series is going to be canceled and he's just trying to cover himself.
Maybe.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Maybe,
Because
yeah,
of all the cancellations, that would make
Exactly.
sense to me.
that would make sense. Yeah, maybe he's right.
I think I just would rather,
Yeah, that would make
Right.
sense.
because of all the cancellations, maybe he's like, no matter if the concert series is
Right.
over, we still want to go forward.
Right. Because that's the 10-man band, right? The 10.
Right.
Right.
And they've
So-
always been there. So maybe
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Right.
But it looks like the summer concert series is going forward. So then I would say, no, I would not want to fund them because they're
Yeah.
part of the series.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. It's not under the.
I'm trying.
I can't remember. I know I saw it on Facebook, but I don't know. Was it the women's club that sponsors the? I don't know. I can't work the computer. I'll just sit here.
Let's see.
I keep getting the Township of Southampton, New Jersey's concert series.
Let's see what our.
I can't remember if I saw him this year because I thought I went to most of the concerts.
So if we don't fund him, we would have a 7% holdback instead of 5%. Because it's only $118 difference.
So King Country was there this year. Union Jack, Sarah Fiddler, Ray of Elvis. That's so far, but I don't see anything else.
I don't miss being at the concert series this year.
No.
So what if everybody wants to have him, then I must not have seen him. Do you think we could do one senior event and then give him a little bit of that since they have their own funding, we think?
What's his name again? Blues Jack?
We could definitely do that.
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, other briefcase concert. Let me just see. Hold on. Kings. Case.
Another option, just throwing this out there. If we gave each senior event $200, we would have 150 from that pool that could go with the other excess 100. So that'd be 250 that could go to him or someone else.
It's something.
Yeah, it's something.
Is it going to upset the seniors if we don't fully fund? Is it going to give bad blood?
I mean, if
I know that's a terrible thing to say.
I mean, if we're giving $250 to the senior center and $250 for both of their events, I think that's fine, because if they could possibly get a grant, then,
Talking about
Blues,
partial funding for
the Blues
seniors.
Brothers, yeah.
and giving some to the.
Yeah.
Is that the one that's like,
It's like the huge band. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't remember seeing them at one of these before.
And why would he put the summer concert series? That's deceiving if they're.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could find it. Is he?
Margie, did we fully fund the seniors last year? And I think we have money, so I think we gave everybody.
I think we gave everybody what they
Yeah.
wanted last year. I mean, this is just my opinion on this, which is, if there's ambiguity on the application and it looks like that's what he's doing, I think we have to go by what the application is saying. And I wouldn't fund based on the fact that it looks like he's being funded twice, right?
Right.
Because he's going to get paid through the summer concert series. Then he's asking for additional funds from us. And I've made this argument before with other groups' applications. If that's the way they fill out the application, I have to go by the application and I wouldn't fund it. I would then divert the money down to the mentorship like we were talking.
And that makes sense.
Well, because I mean, I think people need to take the time to fill these out in a way that we can understand them and shouldn't have to make 40 phone calls to find out what they're actually trying to do. I think we have to go by what he's saying, and he's saying he's part of the same concert series that we've already funded. So to me, it's a double dip, and I would just vote against it.
Okay, so
Again, just my opinion.
No, that makes sense.
By the majority.
right, but we don't know if he gets money from us, if he not ask as much of the summer concert series. There's no way to know that.
There's no way to know that. Well, and I think that's the problem is, I think Deb is consistent and she submits an application that says these people generally get $600 to $800 for performing. She asks for the same $2,000 or $1,200 each time. And then you suddenly have this one person who's asking for more than her whole series for one performance.
So,
Allegedly the same thing.
so when Deb sends the reimbursement form in,
Yeah.
she sends a letter with the artist agreement attached. So the one for Ray of Elvis was, the agreed payment was $599.
Right.
That's how much he charged. Sarah the Fiddler charged $599. So,
This guy's looking at
So,
like 3 times.
it looks like, yeah. It looks like, most of the concerts are around $600.
Right.
And he's wanting, what?
he wants 1,600, which,
So,
if with a 10-piece band, that makes sense, but the numbers don't make sense in it when you're comparing it to the total ask for the whole concert,
Yeah,
it's 1,200.
Yeah, I mean, Deb's asking for $1,200.
Right.
So,
So I think that
I think he's not part of that concert
I think
series.
I think he would be promoted by Deb,
not funded by
marketing-wise,
him.
but not funded by him. Because if he was going to do it last year, we funded it last year. She didn't ask for that much money. to include him. So I think it's because she didn't ask and he got it from us that he may have been on the docket, but he didn't actually perform.
Okay.
So he turned in his money, is asking again.
How much did we give him?
1,600.
Oh, we gave him the first.
Yeah.
The Vicky show, the Ray and Vicky show, 3 concerts, we paid $399.
So he would be part of the summer concert series
Yes.
if we give him the $1,600. And if we don't give him the $1,600, he's not included in debts,
I believe so.
is the way that this works. So he is like an add-on,
Right.
for the summer concert series, but not included in her package.
Right.
The hip,
Because it's so expensive.
why don't we do the same thing we did last year for the hip hop around the world? We gave them $380. They were happy with it.
So we give,
We were back down to $250.
Oh, well, then that's fine.
so,
I'm good with that.
We were halving it.
yeah, yep,
There were, to go back, Judy, you
Yep.
asked a question about last year. We didn't fund everybody last year.
Right.
I can do a quick, we didn't do the recycle, the dual pianist, the summer concert series because they carried over. from
They carried over,
before,
right, the year
So we
before.
didn't have to fund them. River Stories.
Yeah.
Rites of Passage, Henry the Juggler,
Yeah.
Valley Jazz Voice, and Jeff and Jazz.
Yeah.
So 8 letters. But we did, of the ones left, we did nearly fully fund except for seminars. We just gave them 254 because that's what we have left.
So this guy's saying if we don't give him 1,600, he's going to reduce the musician compensation. And right now, 1,400 of the 1,600 is the musician compensation.
So to have fewer people.
Doesn't say fewer people, it says they get less money. So, I mean, if it's an addition to the concert series, it's not part of Deb's, like she hasn't allocated $600 for him or whatever. Do we want to give him partial?
I
See what he does?
I think it's partial because we gave it to him before he turned it back.
And then we cut him?
Yeah.
Okay. So he turned it back. Is his expectation he's getting the whole thing?
Canceled last year.
Right.
He got canceled last year. But that could have been because of rain.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we don't have 1,600.
We don't, yeah, we don't. Yeah.
We have 300.
Right.
And that's if we took it from, well, we have 300 plus another 300. So they're like $600 if we didn't do a 5% holdback and we didn't do the mentor.
We should do the 5%
I
anyway.
think so, and especially since these things have been rectified.
Right. We should do the 5% anyway, just because.
300 if we have one.
Well,
of the
right. And only
Council on
because, and only because the state, even if we don't touch it, the state, it's in our report. So we should,
Mhm.
you should hold back that. So,
So I just don't think that he can do a however many person band this is with $600.
yeah.
I mean, they'd be working for $2 a piece
Mhm.
at that point. So I don't think we can do, I think if we're going to fund them, we have to fund them more. And I don't know where you want to get that from.
We go over the yes. See where we can take, I mean,
yeah.
see if, I mean, do we want to celebrate Southampton at the full 950 and do 700 again, or go down to 800? I don't know.
We funded them 700 last year.
Right.
And there is a mention in her
Request.
request about a bounce house, which we declined.
I specifically told her,
And she
we
put it-
did, and she,
she shouldn't have put it in her application.
yeah,
Are you getting this year? Oh,
and they had one.
I mean,
They had one. They
yeah,
had
but
a
that's
bounce
their
house.
liability.
I know.
so I mean, if
So what did they ask for last year?
700?
700.
Yeah.
They asked for 3 to get 4.
Yeah.
So
350 the year
from
before.
7 to 9.
It went from 350 to 700 because they doubled it. And then,
And then
They asked for
50.
700.
They asked for 700,
7.
and we gave them 7.
No. this
Oh,
was
the
2
year
years
before,
ago.
yeah, 2 years ago.
It didn't happen. They turned in their 3 and we gave them 7.
Right.
So why
yes.
don't we keep them at 7? And then we're not funding their bounce house. I think that's.
I don't know.
Discussion last year was like taking money.
But I'm almost certain they wrote it. I wrote it.
You did write it. You said it. You said, I know you said in that letter. The decision has been based on, with the,
Mhm.
whatever.
Bounce house.
Yeah.
So how much is there, did they put how much the bounce house is?
I think it was
Probably not.
Balloon artists, balloon, space rental, tents.
Yeah.
She didn't put it in there, no.
Yeah, I think it might have been donated last year.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I could be wrong. I don't want to say that, but
Well, and the other thing is if at the town meeting, which there's town meeting December 14th, all of you, there's going to be an article on
Where's the town meeting?
there's an article on the warrants to have a splash pad put at Coin Park.
Finally.
finally. Well, you know what I'm thinking about, just crossed my mind as far as the Blues Brothers. I personally would rather, instead of having to pick at our town events, I would just knock him out. Like not have him in the running.
I personally would rather fund Celebrate Southampton
Because it is getting
as
bigger.
much as I
I'm fine with that.
don't like the idea of being liable for bounce house. I don't like the idea of double dipping either.
Well, I also feel like
And
if
so-
it's a 10 person band, what's the quality of the music going to be like with only a couple $100?
Has anybody seen him? Has anybody seen
I've never
his?
seen this. I didn't know
No.
that this ever happened.
No.
I feel like there's too much, his application needs to be clearer
Right.
next time.
And he
And-
plays all over. Like he
Yeah.
plays in Tolland and Granville and
Mhm.
he plays at a lot of festivals and concerts and, I mean, he's got a good following.
Yeah,
So,
I'm fine with, no, I actually didn't have him on any of my cuts. I think it's
Me
just
neither.
a question
Yeah.
of he was funded, he turned the money back and then we cut it.
I know, but
I think
Then
we
there's
need
a
to
point
have
of, oh,
a
well,
good reason why we cut though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it has to be like, well, you know what? The whole budget for this concert was $1,200. You're coming in with
16.
$1,600.
Yeah.
It seems like, that in and of itself is basic math that led us to question like what's going on here. Next time we're happy, as you know, we funded you in the past, but this was a big discussion during our meeting and we need to be more clear on the application next year and we're happy to like,
Yeah.
when we get our requirements or whatever.
He doesn't.
I agree.
He's anything about him.
He's out.
She's also under the same, like I told her, I said, well, I was just wondering if he
sorry, that's him. Sorry. I didn't mean to like play his thing. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought he was called.
No. I was looking up his thing. Sorry.
So she doesn't know about him.
So he's not connected to
He's
her
not
series.
connected. She said, I haven't been approached, but I said, well, I'm wondering if he's getting his own funding and he's going to ask you to promote. And she said, possibly, but I don't know. And I said, well, I would think that you would have because he got funding last year, but it didn't end up happening. So he's asking for it again this year. And she's like, I don't know. I said,
Yeah, but I don't like that.
I don't like the
at all.
fact that he named the summer
Right.
practice series his application. He's never even participated. And she doesn't know who he is.
It's kind of like he went down the list and he does a lot of concert, so he just assumed.
Yes. He just assumed that he was going to get funded and then approached Deb and say, oh, well, I'm being funded by the
Might be
cultural
part
council.
of your.
Yeah.
You've done it. And that's sort of-
Sorry, ask backwards. It's not my PC version.
Oh my God.
It is. Yeah, I can do it.
I don't know.
Okay, so it sounds like we have quite a few points to say thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah.
On this one.
I think so.
All right, so then we're back to, are we doing the 300 for the mentoring? That might have been covered when I went to the rest of it.
So I have that in there
Okay.
right now, but
Okay.
is there anyone opposed to that?
No.
Okay,
We have the
So-
money, I think that's fine.
so would you like me to go through the final list, which would give us, we have $100 basically to play with, or we can just put that $100 in and have a surplus of, a holdback of 7% versus 5%.
I would be fine with that, honestly. I'm just really nervous about the fact that this
Okay.
hasn't been reconciled in 2 years.
Is anyone opposed to 7% holdback? Okay, crickets. All right. So,
Okay.
ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Celebrate Southampton requested $950, granted $950.
Yeah.
Southampton Summer Concerts requested $1,200, granted $1,200. Summer Reading requested $450, granted $450. Musical requested $2,000, granted $2,000. Life in a Changing Climate at Hampshire, $450, $450. Hip Hop Dance Chair Exercise for Seniors requested $500, granted $250. The reasoning being is, the senior center also has a budget, right? That was our biggest reason there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Annuals,
The other part is it's an hour-long session.
right,
for
and
$500
it's, yep,
Possibly for.
And there's two
Yeah.
programs.
yes.
Yeah.
Annual Southampton engagements, that's the Southampton Community Chorus, requested $525, granted $525. Island Vacation by Roger Tinknell, that was the other senior event, requested $500, granted $250. Lastly, virtual membership program and webinar series with Valley Arts Mentors, requested $600, granted $300.
Okay, what is the total?
Total.
Yes, it's,
6375.
okay, with a 7% holdback of what?
So if we do a 7% holdback, we're gonna do,
It's fine.
a little bit more than that.
That's okay.
1875. Oops.
Whatever the difference is, 60 minus.
We have. Keep fat fingering this little guy. Okay. Total budget was 6834.68. Pulled back 459.68.
And then I still have, I'm just showing 4933 is accounted for but not paid out yet. So that money is still in there.
Mhm.
And 2594 is the 2021 carryovers.
Right, 2594 is the carryover, yes, yep. That should, yeah,
So hopefully that comes up with something to represent you, close to what we.
yeah, 11,767.68.
Did it come up?
I hope so.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Just
I'm gonna do it too. Let's all do it. Let's see what it adds up to. 6,000.
We know the 68 we did.
Yeah, I lost my spreadsheet.
You still haven't found it?
Yes.
No, I can't, I have to log back on Microsoft.
I come up with 14,361.68. I can't do it.
I come up to 14,361.68 as well.
So how is that happening when we only have 11,700? That can't be good.
Yeah, because, right,
Where you starting contract.
because, so,
I added what we gave out this year,
right,
plus our 7% holdback,
right,
plus the accounted for and not paid out,
which is 4,933,
plus our 2021 carryover, which is supposed to be 2594,
right,
right? This is what you said was the 2021 carryover.
yeah,
This is the accounted for not paid, right? The 7% holdback is for 5961, and
Yeah.
we're giving out 6375.
Right.
So if all of that is true, that's giving us 14,361.
49,33 is already in the 68, 34, 68 number.
So we don't count that.
So we don't count the 6.
4933.
Okay.
That gives us 9,428.68.
So we still have extra money? No?
We shouldn't.
I'm, you're starting at 6375.
Well, this is the amount of money we're giving out this year. I'm adding all of these together to try and come up with our 11. But you're right, that wouldn't be counted in.
It's, the 11 actually is like 14.
Right.
Because the pullbacks are added in already, or taken out. Accounted for.
All right, so if we do this a different way, 6375 plus the 459.
Should give
68
you,
gives us the 6834,
yes,
the number. I got
Okay.
two numbers to match. So we're
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
that's what I have.
All right, good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay,
All the mathematicians in the room. Good.
good, good, good. All right, so can we go?
So I
Should we go?
emailed these
I
two
think we
guys.
should go individually on each
I
one.
honestly think we should take,
Okay.
just, are all in favor, like each individual?
Each one, I think
I'll
you
put
have.
down a Judy just because you give you a break.
Yep.
Yeah, you could just, yeah.
And I
okay.
think it's just good record keeping.
I do too, and especially good for the minutes.
I will go all of them, either
Yeah.
plus, minus, letter, decline, whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think,
I will.
yeah, that's a good idea, yeah.
According to the list, the first one, the Celebrate Southampton, we are going to fund for 950.
All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Opposed?
Nice. Second one, Wild and Precious Art Festival, we are declining.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay, number 3, the Southampton Free Summer Concerts. We are funding for 1,200.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Next one, Wingmasters Summer Pickup Reading. We are funding for 450.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
The next one, 2022 Spring Musical. We are funding for 2,000.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Next one, Life in a Changing Climate. We are funding for 450.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Milltown Campus Suggests. We are declining.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Cycle of Memory. We are declining.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Concerts by Jeff Gavioli. We are declining.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Hip Hop Dance Chair Exercise. We are funding for 250.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Our 54th anniversary. We are declining.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Community Chorus. We are funding for 525.
All in favor?
Aye.
One abstention.
Okay.
The Blues Brothers Briefcase Concert. We are declining.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Roger Tinknow Island Vacation. We are funding for 250.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Virtual Mentorship. We are funding for 300.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And the dual pianists. We are declining.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Total approved dollar value is $6,375.
Three.
Okay.
All right.
7%.
Yes.
With a
Yep.
7% pullback in the balance, it's, carried forward from previous year.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yay.
So,
Fantastic.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion to adjourn. Oh, you did the second, you motion?
Yeah.
Second, okay, whatever.
Oh, there's a horse.
Aye, adjourned, yes. Thanks, ladies. Bye.
Try to get somebody else to add to our committee.
Happy holidays, everyone.
You too. Bye.
You too. Bye, guys.
I did. I had somebody on hook, but then